Hi, Ingrid Geronimo here from Dancing Dragonflies Wisdom and the ManifestingThinkTank.com. I just wanted to take a moment today to come and talk to you a little bit about another possibility for you in regards to manifesting the things that you want in your life. So sometimes what happens to keep us back in our lives in regards to the things that we want to manifest in our lives is the chatter, the brain chatter that is typically negative and keeps us from being able to see what it is that we want to do as a possibility even for ourselves. One of the suggestions that I give out in my seminars is to journal about those particular thoughts. So maybe what you want to do is just go out and get one of those composition notebooks and have it handy. And anytime that those negative thoughts come up, what you want to do is you want to write them down. So for example, let's say that you're thinking of going tomorrow to apply for a job that you yourself feel that you don't have maybe all of the skills that they need, but you truly believe that you can do the job. And as you're thinking about that, what comes up to your mind is the fact that you don't have the skills to do the job. They're probably going to be looking for somebody who has all of the skills for that job. There's absolutely no way that you're going to be able to get that job, or something to that effect. And what happens is, if you think that, and the more that you think that, the more you convince yourself out of the possibility, out of even seeing it, out of applying for it, out of giving it a chance even, and out of the fear of rejection sometimes even, we decide not to move forward with that. So I have a little exercise that I've done over the years, and I want to share that with you right now. And that exercise is basically what I call a brain dump, a negative brain dump. And what I do is I sit down and I journal. I allow myself to feel the feelings that I'm feeling regarding that particular thing, whether it's really gut-wrenching feelings or whether it's just, emotions of, being less than, or feeling just like not at 100% my best. I just allow myself to feel those feelings. And then when I'm finished writing down and dumping onto the notepad all the negative thoughts that might come up regarding that, I take that piece of paper from the notepad and I either burn it, or I put the notepad away and I put an X through it or put a line through it and say, this has passed. That's one possibility of an exercise that you can do. If you don't want to write, this has passed, and you just want to leave it for later review so that you can look back and see that and use that as evidence of where you've come from, that would be great too. There's all little kinds of things that you can do. And honestly, it's just a matter of sitting down and trying to think through for yourself, what's going to work for me? What thing can I do right now to get rid of these negative thoughts that's going to have a long-lasting, positive impact on my life and where I want to go? I went today and spoke before a group of beautiful women at the PA Career Link, and I want to thank those ladies for taking the time to listen to me. And I'm hoping that what I shared with them today regarding my life and my journey would be an inspiration to them and show them that they too can do anything that they want to do. They just have to set their mind to it and then go about doing what they can do regarding those particular things. And then believing that those things that they can't do themselves will basically be worked out for them via the universal manager. Abraham Hicks calls the universe your universal manager. And I so firmly believe in that because I've got evidence. I can look back in my life and see evidence of where there was something that I really wanted, didn't know how I was going to go about getting it, and somehow things started to work out. People were either brought my way or I was introduced to someone who was able to help me by giving me either information, direction, or giving me a hand up. And I just want to say that you don't want to close yourself to the possibilities of anything that is out there in life that you definitely want for yourself. So go get that composition notebook, okay? And really do the work. Do a brain dump. Sit down and think of all the things that you think for yourself are impossible or that you think negative thoughts about. Sit down and do a brain dump, and then turn the paper and start giving yourself some reasons why you can. Like, for example, Are there other people out there doing it already? If there are, then why can't you? You can find evidence in all areas of life. I like to look at nature. And one of the things I do with nature, with regard to nature, is I look at the abundance of this wonderful universe. Where I live, there is an abundance of trees. There are mountains and mountains of trees all over the place. And I look at that and I say to myself, look at how abundant this universe is. Look at the amount of trees that are in this area. That right there is just a show and a display of abundance for me. So take a moment and go and do that exercise. Find yourself a composition notebook. If you don't have that right now, maybe you just want to take out a piece of paper and write down those negative thoughts, and do anything you want to do with the paper itself, whether you want to save it for later review or whether you want to burn it and just tell yourself that that is done now. You'll see how powerful those particular processes and those steps are. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I am so glad that you stopped by, and I hope that you manifest all the things you desire in your life within this coming year. Thanks for listening.